Boker Tov, good morning. We continue with our 3-minute daily dose of Torah. Yesterday we began talking about a pasuk about lo tasig gevul re'acha, not to adjust and roll back borders. Rashi says that directly. Lashon nasogu achor shemachazir siman chalukata karka la'achor l'toch sedecha be'ro l'man hirchi bet shalom. Okay, exactly what we said. You're moving those little stakes that are there. A property line, and you shift the borderline over a few bits, so as you keep on expanding your property, what a sneaky thing to do. Now, that being said, and the Torah is very clear, we're talking about the context of, and it's not a metaphor, and it's in the land that you inherit. Nonetheless, Hasagat Gevul became a reference for a different component. And we use it, for example, to describe any time you're encroaching on that which is fairly the other person's, and that might mean setting up shop. Lengthy discussions in the Gemara about unfair competitive practice, where someone has established themselves in a certain area with a very limited market. We'll put it out there, and you compete in an unfair way, setting yourself up right there in a destructive way. So in our society, it's very different, right? It's not a controlled, generally not a controlled commercial environment, except for anti-monopoly laws in this country. It's a pretty much a laissez-faire approach to competition. But Hasagat Gvul would mean any manner of this in a halachic framework, in a economic society which did have more controls in helping ensure fair practice. Not only that, but Hasagat Gvul is also used in terms of copyright law. Right? We talk, if you ever remember buying some Jewish CDs, if you ever bought any Jewish CDs or cassettes, remember those things? They used to have them. And so they would often, like Jewish music, and they would tell you at the bottom that, this is copywritten to Chaim Yankel so-and-so, and, and you have to follow all the laws of the government and all the halachos of Hasagas Gvul and all the rules about crossing the boundary or pushing over the boundaries, taking that which is not yours, which is rightfully someone else's, as your own, especially when people cannot tell that it's happening. That's also included in this mitzvah, even though the mitzvah is very clear. In the land which you inherit, it's very clear about the specific property lines. It is expanded in halacha and all these other ways. And however they do or don't apply in a narrow way, in an open commercial environment like the one in this country, certainly the moral questions have to always guide us. In the way in which we live with others amongst us. Wishing you all a great and moral day.